And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. It is now 1:45 here in Ireland, and like I've mentioned, I'm live and I am here until 12 midnight. The telephone lines are open, and if you have not yet done so and you would like to leave a voice message, please do so. You simply call the number, you'll hear the tone, leave your name, location, and also your question as well for tonight's show. And you never know, I could be picking you before the end of the show, and I will be picking one voice caller before the end of the show. So the number to call again, so I'm going to call it out slowly. If you're in Ireland, it is 014 43 43 57. That's 014 43 43 57. And if you're outside of Ireland, dial 00353 14 43 43 57. It is that simple, and like I've mentioned, leave your name and location and followed by your question as well. Okay, so we're going straight back over to the questions via Facebook, and thank you very much to all the people who have sent in their question via Facebook. And the next person I'd like to read for, and it is Louise Potter, and Louise has just posted, I'm feeling so down with everything, I'm feeling so down with everything, is things off to look up for me soon? Okay, so you're just asking there, are things going to look up for you soon? So no problem at all. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards now. And again, Louise, when they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards and I'll lay the cards for your reading. Again, just a quick note as well. If you're listening in via my website, you're very welcome. And after the show, if you would like a private reading, please just simply click on the 15 card reading there on the left hand side. That is a full reading. It is a 10-minute reading, and you can ask up to 5 questions regarding that particular reading. I also do a 12-month reading. That is a full 25 minutes, and that allows you to ask up to 10 questions. It is the longest reading that I do. It allows you to ask up to 10 questions followed by a 12-month spread as well. So the 10 questions are separate to the 12-month spread as well. So it's a very in-depth reading, and a lot of people, if you've never had a reading before, a lot of people go for that particular reading because again it covers the next 12 months. Okay, so I'm just after stop shuffling the cards there, Louise, and you're just asking there with regarding that you're feeling down at the moment. You're just wondering, are things going to look up for you soon? Okay. So the cards that are after coming up there, Louise, in terms of the particular question and in terms of the energy as well, I have the Star card, which is the Wish card. It came up in the reversed position. I also have the Hanged Man. That came up in the reversed position. That's one of the major cards, and both the Star card and the Hanged Man are major cards. And again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance placed on these particular cards. They're both in the reversed position. I also have the King of Scepters as well. That's in the reversed position, and that represents yourself. And finally, I also have the Ten of Scepters, and that's in the upright position as well. They're kind of the way they're kind of giving me the message here at the moment, Louise, is why are you being so tough on yourself, and why are you being so hard on yourself? A lot of the time, I suppose families put a lot of pressure on certain people within the family, and if you kind of look at it as mother hen and daddy hen and things like that, when you feel like if there's that much pressure on you and things aren't going right for other people within your family, sometimes you can kind of absorb all that energy, and you can kind of take on board other people's kind of negative energy as well, and you need to be very, very careful of that. And I spoke about this on the last show that I done, which was on Wednesday night, and you always need to kind of make sure that you're kind of shutting that out and making sure that you have your own space and your own time as well, and not allowing other things to get the better of you. It's very important that you do that as well. And again, that's what they're kind of indicating there with regarding the cards that are after coming up there as well, because again, the Hanged Man is kind of, when the Hanged Man card comes up, and because it's after coming up in the reverse position, it's like if I'm kind of feeling that I'm in Never Never Land at the moment, that I'm not too sure which way to go or who can I talk to, who's going to be my friend, so to speak. Because when, I suppose, you have problems in life, sometimes people think, oh well, if I keep it to myself, it's just going to go away. That's the worst thing that you can actually do. You need to speak with someone. You need to speak with, even if it's just a total stranger in a coffee shop. If someone is sitting beside you, or if you're on the train or something like that, make sure that you speak with someone, and even a friend as well. It should be a friend or a family member should be the first person that you can speak to and kind of let them know how you're feeling as well. And it's very important that you do so as well, because you'll often find when you actually speak about something, it makes it a little bit easier, and you can get the advice as well from someone as well. Now I'm just going to shuffle the energy healing cards as well, Louise. And again, I'm using the Unicorn energy healing cards tonight. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards now, and again, when they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards. Okay, so they just told me to stop, Louise, and I'm just putting the cards now. So the first card that's after coming up from the fortune cards is I have the Forgive card. That's in the upright position. The next card is the Teamwork card in the upright position. And the final card coming up from the energy healing cards is the You Are Gifted card. And I think that's a really important message from Spirit there with regarding the You Are Gifted card, because a lot of the time, like I've mentioned, when we go through some difficult times in life, we can often think, oh well, what's the point? And I'm worthless and I'm a nobody. And you kind of, I suppose, think of things that aren't even there, and you kind of think of negative thoughts that shouldn't even exist, in your mind. And that's why I always go back to the affirmation. If you can start doing this for me as much as possible, Louise, and hopefully you're going to start it right this second, what I would like you to say to yourself is just, I love and approve of myself and all is well in my life. And this goes for anyone out there. If you're struggling with anything, if you're feeling a little bit down, make sure when you say that affirmation, and it's a change of thought, make sure the minute you say that you actually smile. So I would like you to smile straight after you saying it and just say, I love and approve of myself and all is well in my life. So I'm just going to repeat that one more time. I love and approve of myself and all is well in my life. And it's a very important affirmation as well. Now, when the Forgive card comes up, especially from the energy healing cards here, Louise, it is quite an important card, because they're indicating here that you do need to kind of let go of the anger, and you do need to let go of all the kind of the trouble that's being, caused from the past events. Because again, if you hold on to things from the past, it's only going to bring you down. It's not going to do you any favours for 2015. So they're indicating there to let it go as much as you can. And I hope that makes sense. And thank you very much as well, Louise Potter, for sending in your question as well. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for, excuse me. The next person I'd like to read for, just going through all the questions, and thank you very much as well to all the people who've sent in their questions as well. Terry, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. It's Terry Demerchant, and you're in British Columbia, and you just mentioned, I'm curious what the future has in store for me, and you live in British Columbia. No problem at all, so I'm just shuffling the cards now. And hello there to Katrina Fitzgerald, who's just after posting in the event tonight for the radio show. Okay, so they just told me to stop. I'm just looking at the cards now, Terry, and you're just asking the question, what has the future got in store for me? Okay. Okay, where your financial flow is concerned, I have the 10 of coins, that's in the reverse position. I also have the 6 of cups in the upright position, which is the relationship card. I also have the king of coins in the upright position, which represents the male, and I also have the awakening card there in the reverse position. When the awakening card comes into play, and especially in the reverse position, it's quite an important card, and it's like if things haven't been dealt with just yet, and I kind of feel that this is where the male comes into play as well. It's like if you need to kind of deal with something, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here, Terry, on air, but they're indicating here that I suppose the less you do, the more it's going to kind of get out of hand. So you kind of need to kind of deal with it as best as you can, deal with it now, and not kind of put it away for a rainy day. They're kind of indicating that now is the time to actually do it. I'm not going to go into more information there, because that's where they just told me to stop there. So I hope that makes sense, but thank you very much as well for sending in your question as well to the show tonight. Okay, so we'll take another one before we take another quick break. Again, if you've not yet sent in your question, well, you still have 7 minutes left, so please do so. Just go to Facebook and you'll see there if you've not yet joined the event. But the simplest way of joining any of the events that I create here for the radio show is to go to Facebook and just type in the Irish Psychic Radio Show. So just search on Facebook for the Irish Psychic Radio Show and request to join the show. And if it's not myself that approves you into the group, it will be someone else that will approve you. But you shouldn't be waiting too long. But that's where I create all the events for the radio show, and you can invite your friends, your family, etc. And it's one of the easiest ways of keeping up to date with regarding the radio show. So once again, just go to Facebook and type in the Irish Psychic Radio Show. Okay, so the next person I'd like to read for, just going through the questions now, and thank you very much as well. Quite an interesting, actually, message there. It's from Emma Zielensky. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Emma Zielensky. And Emma has just asked the question, are all my animals in spirit okay and still around me? No problem at all. I'm going to use the energy cards starting off, and I'm going to use the tarot as well. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with regarding the energy healing cards, and these are the unicorn energy healing cards. Hello there to Dre Louise as well, who's just after joining the event on Facebook. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards now, and again when they tell me to stop, Emma. Okay, so they just told me to stop. And these are the energy healing cards, and these are the unicorn cards here. Okay, so it's a gorgeous message here, because on this particular card is the unicorn lying down in a fabulous forest wood, and on the message and on that particular card is relax, everything's okay, don't worry, everyone and every animal that's passed over to spirit are all okay, and they are all around you as well. I also have the water card as well, and that's the energy card, and it's kind of to do with your own emotions. They are showing here as well, Emma, and it's a gorgeous thing to find, especially when the water card comes into play. It's the love that you have for the animals as well, and even just because an animal has passed over, it doesn't actually mean that they're gone. It means that they're still around you, and it's kind of like focusing on that energy as well. And it's kind of a thing. I'm sure you have plenty of pictures around your home as well, and I'm sure you're seeing the different animals that you've had. They're just mentioning a name to me, and I'm just going to see if I can pass it on, so just give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm just asking Spirit to bring forward the name of the animal. Okay, I'm not too sure if I'm if it's the correct name, but all I keep hearing is Snowy all the time. And I'm not sure if it's a dog or a cat or some. I'm not too sure what animal it is, but my own spirit guide just keeps mentioning Snowy to me there, Emma. So again, let me know. It's always good to kind of get feedback there in relation to that. But they just keep mentioning Snowy. So again, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback there in relation to that. Time for another quick break. If you have not yet sent in your question, well, there's not long left here on the show, so please do get in your question as soon as possible. But if you don't get your question answered on tonight's show, don't panic. Again, the next show is on Monday at 11 p.m. Time for a quick break and another bit of music. Do join me after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Just an empty room and an endless night. Got a picture of you, and I'm thinking I might try to call you here, and you lie with me. Just to touch your lips, just to hear you breathe. Past a moment without you's like a lifetime, and I'd do anything to turn the hands of time. I just took you for granted. You're all that I ever wanted, and I swear I'll never do that again. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Let me be your everything, although I'm just a man. Will you understand that I can't understand you all the time? But my destiny is yours, and your destiny is mine.